Hello everyone. Once again I welcome you all in the online lectures. So last few lectures we are talking about a retrosynthetic analysis for various function groups. So different strategies can be used to break down the molecule so that we can get a synthetic equivalents which are easily available. So in this lecture we will be discuss about the retrosynthetic analysis as well as synthesis for some natural product, and in that we are looking toward the first molecule, that is strychnine. If you see the structure of strychnine, it is quite complicated. It having one 6-member aromatic ring which is connected to the 5-member ring containing nitrogen, and this ring is again connected to the 6-member ring. Then so this again there is one more ring which containing a carbonyl function group, and for there is a 7-member ring that is containing a oxygen. So here is a double bond is there, and then so these having a different centers, asymmetric centers which contain nitrogen atom, and this ring is connected to this 7-member ring. So it having a different stereogenic center in which 5 stereogenic centers are present in one ring and the remaining stereogenic center present in the other rings, right? So this molecule is called as a strychnine. So this molecule is called as a strychnine, and this is obtained from the strychnose species which is normally observed in the rainforest of the Southeast Asia and the Coromandel coast of the India, right? So this molecule is poisonous. And its poisonous properties were recognized in Europe as early as the 16th century. Then in 1880 there was the scientist, that is Pelletier and the Carman too, who reported the isolation of the strychnine from the strychnose species in pure form. And then after that, so this is isolated from the Strychnos ignati. In 1956, its X-ray crystallographic structures was taken, and the X-ray crystallographic structure, or we can say that investigation, confirmed the gross structure of the strychnine. And then so this strychnine is a alkaloid molecule. It is a family of alkaloid molecule, and it possesses a complex polycyclic structure which is assembled by 24 skeletal atoms. If we count the number of atoms, there are 24 number of atoms are present, and in addition to this, so it having a 6 asymmetric substituted tetrahedral carbons, and out of which 5 carbons are presented in one ring, and the last 6 one is presented in the other ring, right? So this is the molecule of strychnine, so each containing 24 skeletal carbon, that is skeletal atoms, as well as so this molecule containing 6 unsymmetrical, we can say carbon atoms. Then so this molecule was synthesized in the laboratory by the scientist, that is R.B. Woodward. Its retrosynthetic analysis were developed and its laboratory synthesis was done in 1954. Then the R.B. Woodward and his colleagues was involved in the synthesis of the strychnine molecule over a period of 8 years, and after that, so they can be confirm the structure of this strychnine and use the laboratory synthesis. So in this lecture we will be discuss about the retrosynthetic analysis was done by the scientist, that is R.B. Woodward, and here we can see how the molecule can be used for the retrosynthesis, right? So if you see the structure of the strychnine, this is the structure of strychnine which containing the aromatic ring as well as 5-member these nitrogen containing ring, then again one more 5-member ring, and here is containing a 7-member ring, and there is a nitrogen which is attached to this 7-member ring, and here is it containing a 5-member ring. So here is carbonyl group, then it containing a hydrogen above the plane, this hydrogen below the plane, this hydrogen is below the plane, and this hydrogen again below the plane. So this is the structure of strychnine. If you count the number of carbon atom, we know that there are 24 atoms present in this molecule. If we give the numbering, this is 1, this is 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6, then 7, this is 8, then this nitrogen is 9, then this is 10, 11, then 12, then this is 13, then 14, 15, 16, then here is 17, 18, then this is 19, then 20, 21, 22, 23, and this oxygen is 24, right? So this is the skeletal, or we can say that 24 atom skeletal in the strychnine. In the retrosynthesis, we can see that first there is a carbon oxygen bond which can be break, that is C12 oxygen bond can be break. You know that what is the C12 oxygen bond? So this bond can be break here, that is C12 oxygen, and then what it gives? It gives a molecule like this, it having a 6-member ring which is same, this is 6-member ring which is again same, here is a nitrogen which is above the plane and the carbon which is again above the plane, then this nitrogen is connected to this member ring, and then here is a carbon-carbon double bond is there, then there is CH2, then this is O minus, and here a double bond can be introduced. That means in the backward synthesis, if you see, this O minus bond will be attack on this molecule, then the bond will be shifted, and then it gives formation of this original molecule, right? Then here we can shift this bond, so this bond can be shifted to the next atom, and it gives another type of molecule, that is a molecule like this. So it having aromatic ring, so this is a 6-member ring which containing a carbonyl function group, and then so it having this carbon which is above the plane, nitrogen above the plane, and it having a structure like this. Then so this bond will be double bond, then CH2, then here is OH, and this bond will be shifted here, the hydrogens which are below the plane, so this is above the plane, right? And then this molecule is called as a isostrychnine. So this is called as a isostrychnine first, right? Then in the next step we can see that this is a allylic OH. So this is allylic OH, and therefore we can get a allylic rearrangement, that is from the allylic rearrangement we can get this allylic alcohol, okay? So what is allylic arrangement? Here we can see that the molecule will be same, it containing a aromatic ring which containing the remaining function group will be same here. So this carbon is above the plane, this nitrogen is above the plane, and here is CH2, then CH, then here we can see this nitrogen is there, right? And here we can form the OH which is above the plane, and then this allylic group which is below the plane, right? Then remaining function group will be same here, that is hydrogen above the plane, then this hydrogen is below the plane. So after allylic rearrangement, from this alcohol we can get this isostrychnine first molecule, right? Then in further step we can go for the functional group interconversion. In the functional group interconversion, so that means we can introduce the carbonyl group at this molecule, and as well as, so here is a double bond is there, so we can introduce a carbon group at this bond, as well as we can introduce double bond here, and what we get? We get molecule like this. The functionalities, that is aromatic ring is same here, this 6-member ring is again same here, then this carbonyl group is again same here. We can introduce double bond here, as well as double bond is here, right? So this is functional group interconversion, and then remaining molecule will be again same here, then CH to CH, here the OH above the plane, and here is the allylic group is there, and then we can introduce a carbonyl function group at this position, right? So this is called as a functional group interconversion, and this is the hydrogen which is above the plane, right? In the further step, we can break this allylic group. How we can break this? That is by using a Grignard reagent, that is organometallic addition. We can introduce the allylic group at this position, right? And for that, what we get here, after breaking this molecule, we get a molecule like this. So here is a aromatic ring is same there. So this 6 member is again same here. Here is this 6 member is again same here. Here is double bond. Here is double bond. Then this carbon is above the plane. This nitrogen is above the plane. Then CH2N, and then we can introduce a carbonyl group function here, right? So that means when the organometallic compound will be add on this carbon, it gives formation of alcohol, right? Then this hydrogen is below the plane, right? So remaining functionality will be same, and this molecule is called as a dihydrostrychnine. So this molecule is called as a dihydrostrychnine. So this is a retrosynthesis up to this point. Then after that we can break the molecule at these carbonyl function group. That means we know that this is the amide function group, and therefore we can break this amide function group. Suppose we can call this nitrogen as A and this nitrogen as B, then we can break this NBC bond. That is, if you see the number of this carbon, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8, then this is 9, then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and this is 20, right? So that means we can break this C20B bond. So what we get after breaking this C20B bond, we get molecule like this. So this containing the same functionalities. Here is a 6-member ring. So this is also containing a 6-member ring. Here is aromatic. Then here is carbon. Here is a nitrogen. Then CH2 NH, and it containing a C double bond O CHO. Right? So here is hydrogen below the plane, and these carbon-carbon double bond are here. If you see here, if you compare these two molecules, so this aromatic ring same here, then this nitrogen ring is also same, then this ring is also same. So what, this 6-member ring is also same here. So we are breaking this NC20 bond. So after breaking from this side, we can get a H, that is NH, and from this side we can get a, that is CHO, that is aldehyde function group. That means we can attack this amine on this aldehyde, then amine on this aldehyde, we can get alcohol here, and after that we can oxidize it into into the same carbon group, right? So this is a retrosynthesis for this amide function group. After that we can convert this molecule as a functional group interconversion. Functional group interconversion, that means this aldehyde group we can introduce by simply, suppose there is methyl group, we can introduce the aldehyde function group is here. So what we get here, so this aromatic ring 6-member ring is same here, then there is nitrogen, then here is a 6-member ring is same here, then here is again a 6-member ring which containing carbonyl function group, it having a carbon-carbon double bond, then it having a nitrogen containing 5-member ring, right? And here we can get a carbonyl group, and this is a methyl, right? Then the hydrogen which is below the plane, it becomes a above the plane, and then we get this molecule, right? So what we do here, we are doing the isomerization of this hydrogen, isomerize this hydrogen, and as well as replacing this CHO group by the methyl group. Then in the next step, we can do a functional group interconversion. Functional group interconversion, that means by introducing the protection of these amines and as well as the conversion of this ketone into the acid. Then what we get here, the remaining molecule will be same, which containing aromatic ring as well as this 5-member nitrogen ring. So this is a 6-member ring again same here. So this 6-member is again same here. The double bonds are also same. Then so this 5-member ring is also same here, but only we are introducing the AC group at this position, right? So here is hydrogen. So this hydrogen is replaced by this acetate group, and then so this ketone group will be converted into the acid, and then this hydrogen is again same here, right? After that we can again do a function group interconversion is there. That means this is 6-member ring, and in this 6-member ring we can introduce a enol group is here, and after that we can break this ring, right? So after converting to this enol group, what we get, so this is nitrogen, this is a 6-member ring, this is again a 6-member ring containing carbonyl as well as carbon-carbon double bond. Then there is a same 5-member ring is there containing nitrogen as well as acetate group. So here we are introducing the enol group, and this is CO2 Me, that is acid will be converted into the ester, and then this here is introduction of this enol function group, and then remaining group will be same. After that what will we do here, we know that this is alpha beta unsaturated system, so we can break this bond, right? We can break this bond, and after breaking what we get here, so this 6-member ring is same here, again this 5-member ring is again same here, then this 6-member ring is again same here, which containing this double bond, and here this 5-member ring which containing the acetate group is there. Then here, so here what we get, carbon-carbon double bond, then here is a OMe, right? And from this side we can get CH2, then CO2Me, that is ester group, and here we get a negative charge, right? So what we get here, we get negative charge is there, and after that this negative charge will be attack on this carbonyl group, right? Then it will be converted it into a cyclic system, and this ester group will be removed here, and then after that it gives a enol form, that means we get this molecule, right? In the further step, so this synthone will be converted it into synthetic equivalents. And how we can convert it into synthetic equivalent? That means the aromatic ring is same here, it containing a nitrogen 6-member ring here, that is C double bond O. Then this double bond is there, this aromatic ring is there, then it containing a nitrogen CH2, then here is a AC group is there, then here, so this is COOMe, that means we can say that it is CO2Me, right? And here is a hydrogen, so this hydrogen is below the plane, and this is CH2 CO2Me, right? Only we are replacing this negative charge by the hydrogen. Then in the further step, we have to do C16 epimerization. So what is this C16? So 16, if you count the number of atoms, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, then this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this is 10, 11, then 12, 13, after that here is 14, 15, 16, this 17, this is 18, this nitrogen is 19, and then other will be, we are breaking here, right? So what we have to do here, so this is 16 carbon and we have to do a C16 epimerization here, and after that what we get, after epimerization the remaining molecule will be same here. So this aromatic ring, this is a 5-member ring, then here is a 6-member ring which containing carbonyl as well as double bond is there. This is aromatic ring, and then here is a, so this is a NAC group is there, and then CH2, then here is CH3, then so this hydrogen which is below the plane becomes a above the plane, and then this CO2 Me which is in the plane, which is go to the below the plane, and then remaining is CH2 CO2 Me. So only what we do here, we are doing epimerization, that means the hydrogen which is below the plane, it becomes above the plane, right? So only the epimerization we are doing here. Then after that we are again doing a functional group interconversion. We are introducing this AC, that means this acetate group will be replaced by the another function group, and this CO2 Me will be converted into another type of ester, and what we get here, we get a molecule like this. So this is 6-member ring, 5-member ring, this is 6-member ring which containing carbonyl double bond in this way, and after that, so this nitrogen is, so this is 5-member ring, and here we are introducing this SO2, that is pH CH3 group is there, right? And then this CO2 Me will be replaced by CO2 Et, and this is a CO2 Me which is same, right? So this is another type of the function group interconversion. Then after that we can shift this double bond from this position to this position. That means the carbon-carbon double bond is here, we can shift to this position, and then after shifting this bond we get a molecule like this. So there is a remaining function group will be same. So this is a 5-member ring containing nitrogen, and this is SO2Ar, then this is CO2 Et will be same here, and then we can introduce a carbon-carbon double bond is there, and then it is a CO2 Me, right? Then here is double bond, so this aromatic ring also double bond, and this is called as a lactam formation, and we can break this amide function group. Now we can break this amide function group, and after breaking this amide function group, what we get here, we get a molecule like this. So this is a aromatic ring which containing this 6-member ring is 5-member ring, then it is containing a nitrogen CH2, then this is SO2Ar, then this CO2 Et will be same here, and then here is a carbon-carbon double bond, then CO2 Me, and here we are breaking this bond, so it is CH double bond, and again we can introduce a C double bond O, and as well as a good leaving group, that is OAT here, and this is NH. So we can get this molecule, that means only the amide formation will be takes place here. Then in further step we can simply rotate this molecule, or we can simply rotate this bond, and after rotating this bond what we get here, so you can see both the molecule. So this 6-member ring is here, it containing a 5-member ring, then it containing another 5-member ring which containing nitrogen CH2, then SO2Ar, then here is CO2 Et, and here we can get a double bond, then CO2 Me, here is CH2 double bond, and here is CO2 Me, right? So here we can introduce the Me function group is there. That means it gives a CO2Me, CO2Me, and then remaining molecule will be same. So simply we rotate this bond, and rotating this bond, this CO2Me, CO2Me group will be from the same side. And as well as we are introducing the acetate function group is here, so that it can be protected and we get a molecule like this. Then in next step, we can see it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 1, 6 dicarbonyl pattern, and therefore we can reconnect these molecules, right? So simply by ozonolysis we can break this molecule, and what we get here, we get a molecule like this, which containing a aromatic ring. So this amine functionalities, and here we can get, this is a 6-member ring, which containing SO2AR. Here is CO2, it is here, right? And here, so this hydrogen above the plane, and it giving a 6-member ring. That is, after reconnection we can get a aromatic ring with OMe and OMe as a function group, right? So here we can see that, so this is the hydrogen which is above the plane, and only reconnecting this 1,6 carbon we can get this aromatic ring. Then after that we can break this C7-16 bond, that is C7 and C16 bond. If we break this C7-C16 bond, what we get? We get the remaining molecule will be same, which containing a functionalities will be same. Then so this is aromatic ring which containing this OMe and OMe again same, and then so here we can get this CH2, then N double bond, and then CO2 ET, right? So that means if we go for the reaction, so here this hydrogen bond will be shift here, then this bond will be attack on this carbon, and then it will be attack on this SO2AR, that is Cl is there, and then we get this ring, right? If you see the numbers, so this is carbon number 7, this is carbon number 16. So we can get, after shifting of this bond, then this bond will be attack here, and it will be attack on this SO2 group. Then it gives formation of imine, and its synthetic equivalent, if you see, we look molecule like this, that is containing this aromatic ring. Then this is a 5-member ring which containing a double bond. This is aromatic ring. Here is nitrogen. Then another aromatic ring will be same here, that is containing OMe function group, CH2, then there is nitrogen, then double bond, then CO2 ET. Right? So this is imine function group. Then we can break this imine function group at this position, and after breaking this function group, what we get? We get this aromatic ring containing the another 5-member ring of nitrogen, and then here we can get a CH2, NH2, and then this aromatic ring will be again same here, containing OMe, as well as what it gives? It gives a ethyl glyoxylate, we can say diethyl or ethyl glyoxylate, right? Plus we get this molecule. Then this molecule is called as it is called 2-vera-tryptamine. It is called 2-vera-tryptamine. So this molecule is called as a 2-vera-tryptamine. Now in the next step 2-veratyltryptamine. Now we group interconversion. We can convert this molecule and we get a molecule like this. So this aromatic ring, we can call this as a tryptamine. Tryptamine is there. Then here is a aromatic ring containing OMe as there, and then here is CH2 NMe2. That means, so this is called as a rearrangement. We can introduce a carbon group at this position. Then in the next step we can break this bond, that is called as a alpha beta unsaturated cysteine, and here we can break this CC bond, and what we get a molecule that is a aromatic ring containing this molecule, and here is the remaining function group will be same, that is OMe, right? So this is called as a 2-veratryl indole. So this is called 2-veratryl indole, and then this 2-veratryl indole can be prepared by Fischer indole synthesis. How we can prepare? This is called Fischer indole synthesis. Fischer indole synthesis, and we can break this molecule into the phenylhydrazine, that is NH2 plus what we get here, we get a molecule like this, that is OMe, then here is this function group. So this is called as a acetoveratone. This is called acetoveratone, and this can be prepared, and this is a phenylhydrazine. This is phenylhydrazine, right? And then these molecules are easily available, and therefore we can say that this is a total 25 molecules can be prepared by using the retrosynthesis of this strychnine, right? So this is all about the retrosynthetic analysis of the strychnine. So we have to try the retrosynthesis, practice the retrosynthesis of the strychnine molecule. Then in next lecture we will be talk about the total synthesis of this strychnine molecule, which was proposed by the Woodwards. So thank you for watching video. Thank you.